Hi, I'm Maggie. I'm a licensed clinical psychotherapist. I have degrees in psychology, theology, and marriage and family therapy, and a national certification in dialectical behavioral therapy. In this video, I'm not seeking to diagnose anyone. I'm only willing to offer insight into situations like these. So, who's the therapist that got something wrong? Me. In the video,
Whole math, bitches.
I said, there's no research that shows that virgins divorce less often than non-virgins. Shout out to Salty Balls and BGS. I was wrong. It's important to clarify and rectify errors when we make them, especially if you're presenting yourself as an academic and an educational channel. First, it demonstrates that all people are human and no one is without mistakes. Second, my intention is to maintain the highest integrity possible. I have a commitment to truth and accuracy that is essential for each individual to make informed decisions about their life. I want to be transparent so that people know that they can count on me for accountability. There's no credibility without accountability. I want to promote learning, so this was an opportunity for me to learn something that I didn't have knowledge about before. I want others to understand where I went wrong so we can avoid these errors in the future. I want to prevent misinformation. This is a personal mission for me. Misinformation, propaganda, and weaponizing research, mental health, and psychology has led to an indoctrinated society and just plain more suffering than is needed. That means I need to correct my own errors and make sure that the right information is shared. At the end of the day, I strive to maintain professionalism. I take my work and my work on YouTube seriously, which means I'm responsible for my own shortcomings. I hold myself to ethical standards. That includes taking responsibility. So let's revisit.
Whole math, bitches.
I want to confirm the overarching conclusion to hoe math, the part one, which is that having a hoe phase or being a hoe is not good for women and girls due to its effect on the psyche of the women and its potential for unplanned pregnancy or STIs. I want men and leaders to understand that if we use tropey, false information to lead young ladies and teen girls, they know we're lying or just plain wrong about what we're saying. Women know that walls don't get blown out or become numb. They know they can and do still love men at any age, regardless of their past history. If we're going to teach young ladies to value themselves and to avoid hoe phases, we need to use the information that science teaches us, not the things that they know are not true. For instance, women know that you can fake virginity as easily as faking an orgasm. If you tell them their walls are going to be blown out and numb, they're not going to listen to you. Hoe behavior is detrimental to the psyche and creates mental health issues that might and often does require assessment, processing, and treatment. It could cause permanent damage to the body through pregnancy or STIs. It could cause financial strain due to unplanned pregnancy. And it can lead to infertility through STIs and cancer that's caused by untreated asymptomatic STIs. So what does the research actually say about being a virgin when you get married and divorce? Women with 10 or more partners were the most likely to divorce, but this only became true in recent years. Women with 3 to 9 partners were less likely to divorce than women with 2 partners, but women with 0 to 1 previous partners were the least likely to divorce. This is a graph showing what studies show. And what you'll see is that in the 1970s or pre-1980, 43% of women only had one previous sexual partner, which may have actually been their husband just premaritally. But by the 2010s, it was only 22%. By the 2010s, only 5% of new brides were virgins. At the other end of the distribution, the number of future wives who had 10 or more sex partners increased from 2% in the 70s to 14% in the 2000s and then to 18% in the 2010s. What you'll see if you look at the data, the yellow line is our most recent numbers. Now, the lowest rate of divorce is for 0 partners. Now, they still get divorced, but at 5%. And the very highest rate of divorce is for 10 plus partners. But what's odd is there's a huge spike at 2 partners, and then it dips down to 4 to 5 partners. Interesting. So the researchers think that the reason why it spikes at 2 is because if a woman has had 2 premarital partners, that one of them is likely to be her current husband and the other one somebody that she also had a relationship with, and so it skews her vision of the dating market. Whereas if she's had 4 to 5 partners, she has a pretty good idea of the dating market and has made a choice to be with this person. But then it starts to spike a lot the more partners that she has. One other interesting tidbit is that the researchers found that the women who had 0 to 1 previous sexual partners also had a very high likelihood of attending church services. And they say there could be a correlation with church tenets that teach virginal marriage. Now you've got the right information, and you've seen that I can take accountability when I got something wrong. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. As always, like the content. It helps me to do what I do. Share the content where you think it's relevant, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks, guys.